Hello and welcome. So you would like to learn how to master Reiki? Well, look, with my Reiki courses, which I've developed, the simplicity is in the answer. So in other words, I'm going to give you a direct understanding not only about how to create your own Reiki practice, your own Reiki business in time, if that's what you wish to do. If you just have an interest in Reiki or you've never learned Reiki, want to learn Reiki before, okay, well, look, you can watch this and it's absolutely free. Now, I'd just like to get back, and you can download this Reiki ebook from our website, okay? Now, why would you want to learn Reiki? Why and what is Reiki? Well, I'm going to be straight honest with you, is that Reiki is a very powerful healing technique. It certainly helped me after I went through my accident. And the truth is, I tried just about everything. But what I did find is that with energy-based healing techniques, they actually worked the most effective and the most powerful, okay, and got results really fast. The problem was that even with traditional Reiki classes and everybody which I asked in the early days about how Reiki worked and why, nobody could give me that answer. So I actually made it my life purpose and my life mission to endeavor to find out how and why Reiki works on the physical body and the whole of the Reiki formats. That even goes through the symbols as well. So you're going to learn a little bit more than what you would learn, I would like to think, from anybody else, and certainly the way that traditional Reiki is actually taught nowadays, to make you, regardless if you've never tried Reiki before or if you're a fully qualified Reiki master, understand what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. So in other words, it's going through the whole of the Reiki format, okay, in a very simplistic, down-to-earth way, okay? Yes, I do have to work with a little bit of what's called esoterics, universal wisdom and knowledge, but hopefully to understand the total aspect of Reiki, it's just a way that you will actually find in a down-to-earth way how you can make this into a real healing business, okay? So, first of all, what I do is I take you through the Reiki self-attunement process. You can say, well, what's the difference between Reiki healing and other hands-on healing or massage or reflexology, kinesiology? There's hundreds, if not thousands of them out there. Okay, well, the truth is, at step one, the healing level, okay, or basically how to heal with your hands level, okay, absolutely nothing. Okay, we all have the ability to heal ourselves. We all have the ability to heal each other. And that's basically my mantra. My other mantra is the more you try, the less you'll get. Okay, and if you do carry on with my studies, more than Reiki, you will understand why that is my mantra. Okay, certainly working as a healer. So in other words, is that you can say, well, is it necessary then to go through self-attunement process with Reiki or a self-attunement formula? Okay, so what I do from the very first, you actually learn how to attune yourself to Reiki, which is normally stock standard Reiki level 3 mastership. Okay, what I do there is I actually get you to work with the symbols of Reiki, all 7 symbols of Reiki, to actually perform that attunement formula for you, that Reiki attunement for you. Okay, now you can say, well, okay, well, what's the symbols? Why do they work? And I've never even thought of working with symbols before. Well, the truth is that it's a subconscious tool. So in other words, we have a conscious, a subconscious, and a divine conscious. And basically, the subconscious only wants you to live a very successful, happy, loving life. But what we do learn through life is a lot of inhibitors, if you wish, okay, survival techniques, which are absolutely and totally necessary. The problem is, though, is that sometimes the safety and security can be too overwhelming and actually keep tripping us up through life, so that we find it very, very difficult to either be creative or be successful. Okay. But the beauty with the healing symbols of Reiki, and I will say that again, the healing symbols of Reiki, is that they're actually a beautiful tool to open up not only your subconscious, your divine subconscious level. So in other words, they're a door opener. All right, and I will open those doors with your healing powers, even though you say, well, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. Of course you won't. Okay, I'll explain all of that later. But the thing is that with utilizing the symbols to actually create that healing power, it's opening up you to your divine powers. Okay, regardless if you're utilizing Reiki or any other format of healing. Okay, so in other words, can you implement this into reflexology? Can you implement this into any other healing power or kinesiology? It's like, yes, you can. Okay, certainly with massage, you can be doing a little bit of energy-based healing techniques as well. So in other words, it's a way that you're actually going to expand your healing powers simply and easily by utilizing the 7 Reiki symbols. Okay. So then as we go through the whole of the attunement process, you can master Reiki in a very short period of time, up to 7 days. If you want to take weeks, months, years over it, you can do it in your own time, where you want and how you want it. Each and everybody's supreme. Everybody's has their own free will. So look, you do it in your own time. If you've got busy schedules or can't make stock standard traditional Reiki classes, please watch this space, because you will actually learn more from me than what you would, I feel, or believe, from anyone else. Okay, certainly in the areas of how it works and why. So we're going to go through what's called the Reiki self-attunement process, okay, a formula. Once you're attuned yourself to Reiki, then we're going to look at the symbols a little bit more in depth. Now, everybody has the ability to heal, okay? And I'll just give you an example of that. You can buy a football tomorrow, okay, and say, well, you play football or you want to be a professional footballer. It doesn't mean that you're going to make the A grade. What I do is I fast track you, okay, with my fast track formula to basically get you to where I feel is as if you should be within a very, very short period of time. And certainly that works not only with your healing ability, it'll work with your psychic ability through time as well. So it'll enhance all of your powers or personal powers, okay? So if that sounds nice, that's what we're going to start creating from day one. Now, the beauty of this, it's all free on the internet. I've put hundreds, if not thousands of hours into my website. Okay, and I do believe is that basically you'll not only learn how to master Reiki, you'll also learn how to actually be quite a powerful healer. Okay, so you can start healing whatever or whoever within a short period of time. So if anybody is sick, or if yourself is sick, you can do the self-healing. If anybody is actually needs assistance around you, well, you can certainly supply energy to them, okay, through the energy healing formats. So then we're going to go through, and this is where Reiki is very different to all other therapies. And basically what it does, if you can imagine, Reiki is that, well, okay, John, let's get back to basics. Okay, so what's Reiki? If you can imagine when you're a child or when you're a little bit older, riding your first push bike. So as you're riding your first push bike, it might have been a little bit difficult to balance at first and, you know, get to grips with. But once you actually got the hang of it, you realized that basically it was quite a lot of freedom involved. And if you wish to go and pedal anywhere around the area where you lived, you could certainly do so. Okay, quite effectively. So as I say, riding a push bike is very much like learning Reiki. Okay, it's the first steps of your spiritual growth. And I would like to think out of all of the healing modalities, Reiki, to learn Reiki certainly has that So in other words, it starts opening up your healing powers, it starts opening up your psychic powers and your divine powers, okay, through the healing process. Without too many regulations, without too many laws or restrictions, all right? So it's a very, very powerful healing tool to learn. But it does open you up. So in other words, as you're a creative person with purpose in life, it'll actually help you on that journey to establish that. And there's been thousands of books written on the subject of healing and about how it works and why. And, you know, a lot of it is about people's journeys that they've discovered, or personal journeys which they've discovered with Reiki. So as I say again, that is the Reiki format. So in other words, it takes you on your first steps, if you wish. Even if you're a Reiki master, you would understand what I'm talking about. It enhances your psychic and healing ability. Or if you're just a beginner and never even wondered what Reiki was, well, that is the ability that Reiki has. Other difference to any other healing format out there. Excuse me. So we're going to go through, let's say, Reiki 2, which is learning how to do the distance healing. Okay, so it's like, oh, wow, what's that? The person doesn't actually need to be there to be healed. Well, it's actually covering what's called universal laws in a one world perspective, okay, in a nutshell. To put it very, very simple. So in other words, basically you're going to go through working with those very powerful symbols to actually create a healing effect over time, which is virtual instantaneous for anybody that you wish to heal worldwide. And you can say, well, wouldn't it be better if they actually came to you and seen you in person? Well, of course they would. Okay, to actually do a physical healing would be a lot more beneficial than, you know, doing a distance healing. But the thing is that doing the distance healing is also very, very powerful, utilizing the symbols to create that healing effect through not only your subconscious, but divine conscious levels. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's what you're doing while you're actually performing the Reiki distance healing formats. Okay, sorry, I nearly lost my space there. So what we're doing, okay, is basically going through the whole of the Reiki process. Now in the book, I cover what's called the human chakra system. You may have heard people talking about chakras, and it's like, oh, I can see your chakras, aren't they wonderful? Okay, yes, I have an ability to see energy, I have an ability to see chakras, okay. But the thing is that basically the chakra system, you don't really need to see it. And I'll explain that. It's just that we all have an ability to feel energy. And what I mean by that, you would have already done it already in your life. So in other words, somebody that feels happy or feels positive, you'd feel that around them. If anybody feels angry, they don't even have to say, hey, I feel angry. You know they feel angry because basically you can feel that pumping from them and flying off them. Okay, so in other words, is that you don't have to be worried too much about seeing or working with all these fields. There's a lot of blah, blah and dishwater in this. What I do want you to do, okay, certainly taught by others. So in other words, what I do want for you to do is understand is that you don't have to be perfect to perform any healing technique. Nobody is. I'm certainly not, okay, but I'm certainly qualified enough to teach it. What I mean by perfect is that there's a lot of crap. And I'm going to say again, crap, okay, is where they say you've got to be perfect before you actually start healing anybody or healed yourself. It's rubbish, okay? So in other words, my laws is that, one of my mantras is that, you know, to teach is to be taught, okay? So in other words, there's nobody who's a brilliant teacher. So let's say you finish your university course, all right? So you finish university, that's you starting off to be a teacher, and it may take quite a long time for you to actually learn your abilities as a qualified teacher, okay, and learn how to do it more effectively and more powerfully. So this is how I teach. To counsel is to be counseled. So you might have done a course in counseling or gone to university. So in other words, it may take years to actually get the experience to learn how to be a counselor. And it's very much the same as a healer. So in other words, if you wish to learn to heal, don't think that you've got to heal yourself or be brilliant yourself or perfect yourself that far from it. So in other words, while you're actually healing, it's a total win-win. As long as you're not utilizing your own energy. And I'll say that again, as long as you're not using your own energy. Okay, so there is techniques which I do teach. There is a way that I do teach specifically my Reiki students. Okay, and it's a way that I don't want your energy at all. I actually want light. Okay, and what I mean by light is I actually want healing energy. All right, there's a lot of great healers out there which think they're doing a fantastic job. But the truth is that I'm not saying or derogating anybody else's practice while I'm going through this. But the thing is that if they're using their own energy, well, it's going to be very, very draining. Okay, and they're certainly going to feel drained after a therapy. Okay, so with my techniques, which I teach and develop and teach you, okay, it's a way that you don't actually drain yourself or your energies while you're performing a therapy. So I would like to think that the way that I teach is a win-win. Okay, that's why I give you the Reiki self-attunement formula to begin with. So in other words, you're already connected to that healing power. Then we go through Reiki distance 2. Okay, distance healing, we're utilizing the symbols, which is instantaneous. Obviously, we're going to do a little bit of practice with that. So I do want you to practice the symbols. It's a bit like, how to put it, say, well, I'm going to find that too hard to learn. Well, if you can imagine, is that basically learning anything just takes a little bit of time, and I agree, okay? And the hardest part of actually learning the Reiki format, as well as learning where to place your hands, is to actually learn the symbols and the names of the symbols. But what I do ask for you is just to associate yourself to the symbols. So in other words, if that symbol reminds you of a shell, say it's a bloody shell. Okay, or if it reminds you of a tortoise, say it's a tortoise in your mind, okay, until you actually learn where it is, because the subconscious will already be working with you, for you, without you actually having to know on a conscious level what that symbol is, all right? That will come later. But as a Reiki master, or to master Reiki, and you have an interest in Reiki, yeah, please, I would ask you to learn the meanings of the symbols and also how those symbols look and draw them yourselves and practice them all the time, okay? If you wish to do so, you don't necessarily have to do that. So then we're going to go through in the manual, in the ebook, okay, there's a beautiful little diagram. It's a very, very beautiful, it's a balance and healing technique, okay, how to actually heal the body in an energetic way, and it's a very effective way. Okay, so it's fully illustrated, hands-on positions, which shows you every step of the way to how to perform a very powerful healing technique. Now, you don't have to go through all of the symbols like Reiki 2, okay, or Reiki 3 to perform a healing technique. You just have to be attuned to the energy, all right? And then basically you will understand once you're attuned to the energy to actually sit in that space. And as you do that, it's actually a way that energy flow or your personal healing power, not your energy, your healing power, and that light is actually infinite. It will never run out, okay? And it's totally and absolutely unconditional. So in other words, you're working with those healing powers which we already have, okay? It's not separate from you. The way that I teach is basically I'm just awakening certain parts of you. So I would like for you is to actually watch Reiki Level 3 course, and if you wish, just download it and place the sheets for your own personal business as you advance and get more confidence in your own Reiki therapy business. Okay, through time. But if you don't want your Reiki therapy business and make a business out of it, you don't have to do that. If you just want to heal those who are around you, or if you've done Reiki before and found it wasn't very effective, I'm giving you the parts of the jigsaw, if you wish, that nobody else can give. So what I would like for you to think is that while you're going through these, like say, a little bit of a learning process over a week or more, depends on you, okay, it'll just give you the insights and understanding about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and why. So again, all right, this Reiki ebook is all on there. It covers the chakra systems, how it works in the real world, and how the chakra system affects you. Okay, so I'll just explain that just before we leave. If you can imagine, it's like a car battery. Okay, positive at the top, negative at the bottom, and all of those little buttons on top. Okay, so all of those little buttons have fluid inside. Okay, so if those buttons are drained, so in other words, if you leave your lights on, okay, or your cars has like say a drain on it, all right, basically that battery is going to go flat, and one of those levels are going to get drained. It's the same on the chakra system. Okay, so in other words, it's going to be draining one of those energy levels, your personal energy levels. Okay, and as it drains one of those personal energy levels, you're going to, over time, if it's there for a long time, actually, it's going to start creating problems. Okay, so because it is connected to the anatomic nervous system, the anatomics are connected to the vital organs and secondary organs. The vital and secondary organs then connect through the meridian line, which is your electrical circuit. In a nutshell, very quickly. Okay. Obviously, I go a lot more in depth than that through my teachings, but that's the basic nuts and crux of it. So look, without overwhelming you with too much information, okay, I hope that you enjoy this Reiki course. All right. The Reiki manual is available, published, print to order. Okay, that's also on my website. So if you don't like reading an ebook, you can certainly purchase it and read it. Okay, full color. So again, my name is John Campbell, or John Joseph Campbell. Forgot my middle name. Sorry. Okay, this is the Worldwide Psychic and Healing College, and look, I hope you enjoy this course. As I say, it's taken me hundreds, if not thousands, of hours to get it to this stage. And please, okay, just if you can, just join us. What I would like is either your email or your name with your email. Okay, so the simple fact of that is that I can contact you over a period of time and tell you what other courses are available to enhance your powers. Okay? Not my powers, I know this stuff. Enhance your powers. So thank you for watching me. Okay? And this is the Worldwide Psychic and Healing College. Thank you very much.